Hello, this is Nicole. It is Thursday, April 23rd, 2026 at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I want to make a video addressing a question that I get frequently regarding the poor man's covered call strategy. And that is, how do you manage this position when the short call goes in the money? So let's talk about it. I want to move into the Thinkorswim trading software here and demonstrate what this might look like in a real trade. You can see that I have NVDA populated in the charts tab here. And NVIDIA experienced some selling in March and into early April before having significant price appreciation. And it's currently trading near all-time highs at 203.64. And for the purposes of this example, let's assume that we entered into a poor man's covered call position right around here. Let's head over to the Analyze section of the software. We're using the ThinkBack functionality here, and I have March 31st, 2026 populated in the software, and we can see that NVIDIA was trading around $165 per share at that time. And for the purposes of this example, we're going to assume that we went out to the March 19th, 2027 options expiration cycle to purchase a long call option in NVIDIA. And let's assume that we wanted to purchase a in-the-money call option with a delta of roughly 75, and that means we'd be buying the 140 strike call option. And that's populated here in the trade tab. And it's pretty common for traders to want to sell call options anywhere between 30 and 45 days to expiration. So we're going to assume that a typical trade might look like selling a 30 delta call option that expires in 45 days against this long 140 strike call option. So that means we'd be selling the 180 strike call option and we'd be collecting for roughly $3.95 to do so. And so that's what we did here. And that's what the trade looks like. The trade width is $40 and we'd be paying $41 and roughly 37 cents to enter into the trade. And we know that right after we entered into this trade, NVIDIA had significant price appreciation to the upside. So let's go to today and see how this trade would be performing if we still had it on. And we can see here that the poor man's covered call structure would be showing a profit of $920. And we know that this 180 strike call option is now in the money. So let's take a look at what that 180 strike call option looks like. And I'm going to highlight it here. And we can see here that this call option is now deep in the money and it has a delta of spot 89. And what we're concerned about is what the extrinsic value in that option is. So I'm going to come down here and select position, intrinsic and extrinsic value to be listed in the options chain. And I'm going to re-highlight that 180 strike. And we can see here that this option still has $1 and roughly 63 cents in extrinsic value. And we know that NVIDIA does not have a dividend coming up. So it is not necessarily at risk of early assignment at this time. If it were to have an upcoming dividend that would be larger than the amount of extrinsic value remaining in that short call option, it is at risk. And if this option had much less extrinsic value, it's also at heightened risk of exercise. So the odds of this call option, even though it's in the money, getting exercised with this amount of extrinsic value left in it is pretty small. It doesn't mean that it can't happen, but it would be fairly rare. Okay, so when you're trading spreads like this, you want to manage early assignment risk. And I do have a video that talks about early assignment risk and focuses on that. But in this case, just because it's in the money doesn't mean it's going to get assigned. That happens closer to expiration, and the risk of that is heightened if the underlying is going to go ex-dividend while you're still holding a deep in the money call with very little extrinsic value. And that's not the case here. Okay, nevertheless, let's figure out what we might do with this position going forward. So the first thing to remember is that when a short call that's part of a poor man's covered call structure goes in the money, this often means that the trade has worked, especially if you set it up correctly upon order entry. Yes, the short call is losing value as the stock rises, but the long call is gaining value too. making the overall structure profitable. And the primary issue here is that your profits are capped to the upside over the duration of the expiration cycle for the short call option. So when a call does move in the money, it increases assignment risk in certain scenarios. So let's talk about that first. Let's talk about the absolute worst case scenario where you experience early assignment. This would leave you with a position where you're short 100 shares, but you're still long that long dated call option. That option position is still open. So the overall position has changed. It has moved from a poor man's covered call or traditional covered call setup to requiring management. But this is not the end of the world. So, how can you do to clean up the structure once assignment happens? Well, you want to look at buying back the short shares as soon as possible, and then you want to decide what you want to do with a long call. Possible next steps include keeping the long call, selling the long call, or restructuring the position where you keep the long call and sell a new shorter dated call um, to reestablish the trade. So, moving back into our trade example here, how would I manage this position? We've got this 180 strike call option that's fairly deep in the money, and it has $159 or $1.59 per share of extrinsic value remaining in that option. I personally believe that the risk of early assignment in this scenario is fairly low, so I'd be comfortable holding this position if I so choose and possibly rolling this call up and out in time against this long call leap if I wanted to stay in the trade. The other thing that you might want to consider is simply taking profits. The overall cost of the trade was 4,100, we're just going to round up, and $38. And we made $940 on the trade if we were to lock in profits. So if we took 940 and divided that by $4,138, that would be a return on risk or return on the trade of almost 23%. And so I would view that as a reason to take profits and reestablish the position. Now, let's assume that I wanted to keep the dream alive and roll the call. What might that look like? So let's assume that I'm getting a little bit antsy and I want to stay in the trade, but I do want to roll the call up and out to collect a little bit more extrinsic value. What I would do here is I would put in an order to purchase the 180 strike call option, and I would go out another options expiration cycle, probably to the June expiration, and I would see what I could sell that would collect at least $24.20 in credit because that would be what it would cost to buy back that short 180 strike call option. So let's scroll up here and see what that would look like. And it looks like I could sell possibly the 185 strike, making this a roll that is up. I'd be going up 5 points and out in time. And I could get that done for close to even money. In fact, I would probably I'd put in an order to get that done for zero cost and see if I could get filled there. And that would leave me with one long 140 strike call option and one short 185 strike call option. This call option would still be in the money, but you can see here what the extrinsic value would be. Because we went out further in time, this option now has $6 and roughly 75 cents in extrinsic value. And when we're rolling call options that are in the money against a longer dated in the money call leap, at that point, that's what you're looking to do is simply harvest extrinsic value in that trade. Okay, so that's what this trade may look like if we decided to keep the dream alive and just continue to roll calls against that call leap. So, what are the best practices in these scenarios? Well, most traders prefer to manage the short call before assignment becomes likely, and you want to watch the days to expiration and remaining extrinsic value in that short call option to determine that. If needed, you want to roll the short call out, up, or up and out And that's if you want to stay in the position. But don't forget, you can always take profits on a profitable position. But the bottom line is you want to stay intentional and you don't want to be reactive. So the key takeaways here is that if the short call goes in the money, it doesn't mean that you're automatically going to get assigned short shares, and the trade may still be working. If assignment does happen, you can buy back the short shares and then decide how you want to proceed from there. So, early assignment in this scenario is probably one of the worst case scenarios for the trade. However, it is not a catastrophe. This just means that the position has changed and it requires management. So I hope that you found this video helpful. Please like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute investment, financial, or trading advice. No recommendations to buy or sell securities are being made. All examples are hypothetical and for illustration only. All investments carry risk, including the possible loss of principal. Options trading involves significant risk and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Consult a qualified financial advisor before implementing any strategy and review your financial situation, risk tolerance, costs, fees, and tax implications. Options trading requires broker approval, and not all strategies are permitted in all account types. Returns shown are hypothetical and not guaranteed. Market conditions can change quickly, and results will vary based on market performance, timing, and execution. Read characteristics and risks of standardized options from your broker or at www.optionsclearing.com before trading options.